Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Getting around to CTSI here for multiple reasons. I got a lot of requests from select community members in our YouTube, but also more important, I got some alerts that triggered this morning around the 15 cent range because it broke through a key level resistance on the daily time frame. So we'll look at that here as well. Normally I would jump into liquidation levels, but there isn't any available, so we'll have to rely on the charts here, which is okay because the volume is generally kind of low on this coin. So truth is, there's probably not a ridiculous amount of liquidation. So we'll take a look at that and discuss a few things here. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is the site. Link down below. And what we want to look at to start with here, there's a few things. First of all, generally I like to work my way down from the daily time frame down to the hourly. And I use, if you've seen my channel before, you know I don't use a crazy ridiculous amount of indicators or time frames. I'm mostly just 3 specific time frames and a small handful of indicators. And I think less is more in a lot of ways. We're going to use fib levels too, but keep in mind, if you only use fib levels, you're doing yourself a significant disservice. Elliott wave, for example, while it's good and beneficial, it's like chart patterns. You got to use it in combination with other things. So let's look at that here. What I want to get at, first of all, to start, if we kind of zoom out a little bit here, since we've been in this range roughly, we can see a pretty definitive range, actually, as a matter of fact, here, from our lowest closure to our highest closure, minus today. We can see 15 cents as low as 11 cents, almost 2 round numbers there. And that range, now that's been broken, we can presume it's probably not going to retest that lower level because it spent so much time in that range. We built enough volume here close to this 0.618 fib level. This 14-cent range should be a very solid support. So the price does end up pulling back. That's something to recognize, maybe a secondary or tertiary consideration for entry. So to begin with the obvious here, the reason why my alert triggered, I have alerts generally set so that way when ranges are broken, I get a chance to be able to take a look at it, right? In this case here, we can see a pretty obvious 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 10 to 13 attempts to break 15 cents, and today's the first day officially to likely close above. Now I want to emphasize the word likely. We still got 3 hours left in the trading day here. It's not official, but we spent 21 hours of today's trading in that area, if that makes sense. So above 15 cents. So even though we've seen multiple attempts to break that, the likelihood of that breaking and staying above here today is pretty high, right? So again, there's that. If we close above the 200-day estimate, that'd also be equally as beneficial at 15.5. Again, a little round number there for you, but generally speaking here is a very, very good sign. So we're above the important moving averages, the 50 and the 20. We look at the RSI, we're getting closer towards 70, which is generally a resistance range, but the truth is, we break free from that, we can see very, very significant continuations. Like Bitcoin, for example, it's been above its 70 RSI for a while now. Okay, and that's what happens when things go crazy. It just continues to run. So we got that, we got stochastic, we got MACD. Everything is confirming that further upside is more likely than downside. Okay, not to say the price can't still pull back or capitulate a little bit. In fact, it's very likely the price retests this 15-cent range too. That's a very common characteristic. But between now and then, the likelihood of it running a little further is higher, okay? Furthermore, let's take a quick look at the overall sentiment here too with the 4-hour time frame. We're above every single moving average. We are honoring our ascending trend here, which again, I'll post a playout chart here soon, just so you can kind of see what that looks like. But generally speaking, I like to draw trend lines that are concurrent in most ways with the moving averages. And we can kind of see this running moderately similar or parallel with some important moving averages, which to me is the 50 on the 4-hour. Being above that is generally a very favorable sign. And again, we can kind of see this resistance here, resistance, retest. Actually, it does look like it was tested as a support here too if you zoom in a little bit. So the truth is that 15-cent level is definitely looking like a solid support for us. 4-hour time frame, we can also see here as well, very similar circumstance here, tons of money flowing to this coin while it's transitioning out a little bit. It's just that average take profit and more buying pressure. We can see stochastic swinging up here as well as MACD trying to converge. There's generally a lot of reasons here as to why the price is more likely to go higher than lower. Okay. Again, we don't want to be blind and crazy. All the buy side liquidity here has been swept, so we may very well see the price pull back a little bit. A lot of it hinges on Bitcoin, but if we look at Bitcoin's chart and we compare it with this here, it's looking quite substantial. In other words, much better price action than Bitcoin in the local range, which implies further upside. Hourly time frame, Ichimoku Cloud confirming every single circumstance here, letting us know that while we have a good support here at about 15.5 to 15 cents, with the cloud, conversion lines over the baseline, giving us good momentum, lagging spans free and clear the price action. So really every single potential consideration for a long position is here, right? The key takeaway here I'd say is, if you don't want to take a long at the top, I get it. But this is probably more so the bottom in the overall sense. So I'm going to just go ahead and add this to my spot bag. I might consider even a long position with our community here. Future reference, I do have a Trading Academy community signals group. We took profits on OP for a long position over the weekend. And of course, our Premium Plus spot here is cranking in all cylinders. We got ICP, Chainlink, what is it? SUI, BNB, Solana, Bitcoin profits, all here today. I think it's catching both longs and shorts. So really, really good situations there. Congrats to our community members. I just like to highlight that because some folks aren't really sure kind of what's included. But either way, you have questions, feel free to reach out. Oh, the last thing, it is important. If you're trading with Cartessi, it's important to recognize that we have a phenomenal exchange here with no KYC or VPN that we use as a community. There's still 10 days left for the 60K prize pool. Top 20 traders qualify, and it's pretty simple and easy. All you got to do is trade. Okay, so cool stuff there. Use my link to register if you're to be eligible for that. Future reference, I always post a playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. It looks a little something like this if you're not familiar, where I just kind of give you information on coins that I cover a little more in depth. Okay, so that's all for you there too. All right, hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for being an awesome part of my life. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.